Good morning. Let us start the lecture. Yesterday's lecture was half of the lecture was I think not reached to the students due to the connectivity issues. So I have prepared the video, recreated the video, remaining half section of the video, and uploaded on the YouTube. And while uploading, I have uh, improved the audio of first half as well as second half. So clear audio will be there on the, you can check on the YouTube lecture, yesterday's YouTube lecture 25 May 2021 YouTube lecture. So let us start optical fiber communication DET 3202. Course outcomes: the students will be able to understand the different communication media, various blocks and applications of the optical fiber communication system. The students will be able to understand the optics rules and measure the optical fiber cable parameters. Students will be able to identify suitable optical source for a given application. Students will be able to identify suitable optical detector for a given application. Students will be able to identify connectors and measure the losses in the optical fiber cable. Students will be able to understand architecture of the optical network and give for the given application. So many 2, 3, 4 lectures we are revising the things. So very fast we will revise the things now in this lecture. So this is just a revision, that's why we are going fast, and we will have very slightly more emphasis on yesterday's missing part, and then we will go for the lecture. So optical detector important component as other components, and it decides the overall persistent performance, and therefore it is signal attenuation is measured in the link at the detector, and if the detector is improved, it improves the overall repeater station number is installation becomes fewer, and the capital investment and maintenance cost also reduces, and therefore it must have the stringent requirements, and these requirements are very same as the source, and these requirements high sensitivity should be there, and as the bandwidth wavelength of operation increases, the fiber attenuation and dispersion reduces, but the wavelength higher 1.3 higher and higher wavelength research is going on, it can have further attenuation, less attenuation and the dispersion, less dispersion. High fidelity means reproduction of the signal without distortion, or purity is required is high fidelity. High fidelity comes from linear response, and it is important for the analog transmission. So high fidelity should be there. Large electrical response should be there, and it is obtained by better quantum efficiency, large electrical response. Short response time must be there because it will give the better bandwidth, higher bandwidth. So short response time of the detector increases the bandwidth. The single channel, single mode will give now have the tens of gigahertz, and WDM is in the multiple of terahertz, 10 raised to 12 hertz. So minimum noise introduction should be there. Dark current, leakage current should be less because these are noises. Conductance and conductance must be less. Dark current, surface leakage current, and generation recombination current generates the dark current, and along with the dark current and this leakage current, the gain mechanism within the diode and external circuitry gain mechanism introduces the noise, that overall all the noise should be less. Stability performance of the characteristics. Ideally, the performance characteristic of the detector should be independent of the changes in the ambient conditions. However, the detector current preferred photodiodes have characteristic sensitivity, noise, internal gain. So practically these are dependent on the temperature. So since compensation of the temperature should be done, it is done with the external circuitry, so compensation is required, and then that will give the stability and performance of the characteristics. Small size of should be there, which is compatible with the optical fiber, which very small diameter in the micrometer diameter optical fiber, and also the electronics is going on decreasing, miniaturizing. So small size should be there. Low bias should be there. Detector should have low bias. It should not require excessive bias. High reliability should be there. Detector must be capable to continue its working under room temperature for many years. Low cost should be there. because economic considerations are of prime importance. So large scale communication will be affected by the component price, and the components detector should be cost effective. These are the requirements, stringent requirements, and we are very same as the sources. Whenever the charge per atom is in the valence state, and energy which is in the form of optical energy, photon is incident, which is having the energy more than this band gap energy, then electron is released into the conduction state and electron hole pair is generated. This is called the photo detection. This is the photo detection principle. And there is a leakage current due to the minority charge carriers in the depletion region without any optical input also. So this is leakage current, which minority charge holes from n side crosses the junction, and electrons from p side crosses the junction, and electrons are get collected by positive, holes are collected by the negative of the battery. It is reverse bias, the depletion region is created, and in the depletion region, when the photon is incident in this energy band diagram we will see, it generates the photo charge particle pair, electron hole pair, and as soon as they are generated, they are swept under the influence of high electric field, and they are collected by the battery. So photodiode is reverse biased, electric field strength across the PN junction sweeps the mobile charge particles, holes and electrons, and they goes to the respective majority charge regions. So barrier is there that stops the majority particles, but same barrier field accelerations the minority charge carriers in the opposite direction to form the reverse leakage current, and photon incidence in that on that region which is having the energy more than band gap energy will free electron and generate the empty hole, leaves the empty space, that is a hole, and that is electron hole pair generation, carrier hole generation. As soon as the carrier pair junction is generated, this is separated, swept by the drift under the influence of the electric field. This produces the displacement and the leakage and current. Okay. So photocurrent generated, photo-generated charge particles is contributing photocurrent, and the displacement of the minority charge carrier contributes to the leakage current. The depletion region must be wider for more incident light absorbed for maximum carrier pair generation. Then the depletion region makes a long carrier drift times and restricts the speed of operation of the photodiode. And there is a trade-off between the number of photon absorbed, sensitivity, and the speed of the response. Speed of the response is increased. Then for that we have to reduce the depletion width, then sensitivity will decrease. If sensitivity is increased, then that should be having the wider region of the depletion region, that reduces the speed of the response. So again bandwidth trade-off is there, or sensitivity speed response trade-off is there. Quantum efficiency is the ratio of generated electron collected at detector and incident photon absorbed by the photodetector. So quantum efficiency is indicated by eta. Eta is number of electrons collected by number of photons incident. So eta is Re upon Rp. R is the electron rate, electrons per unit time, and Rp is the photon rate, that is photons per unit time. So quantum efficiency is get influenced by the absorption coefficient 1 upon alpha, and this is the material property. Quantum efficiency is also function of the wavelength. So whenever the quantum efficiency is mentioned, always the wavelength is mentioned. So quantum efficiency is less than unity always, and it is fraction. It is mentioned as a percentage, and while taking into calculation, it is taken as a fraction. So responsivity IP is responsivity R is equal to IP upon PO. IP is the photocurrent, generated photocurrent, and IPO is the incident optical power. Unit is ampere per watt. So this is the derivation 3, 4, 5 times we have once in detail we have discussed, and we have revised the 3, 4, 5 times. So this energy we know E equal to H of Rp we are knowing. Photon rate as optical power divided by energy of photon, HF, Then Re we are knowing quantum efficiency multiplied by Rp from the quantum efficiency equation, and we substitute the Rp, that is the Po upon Hf. We will get Re equal to eta Po upon Hf, and Re is nothing but current divided by electric charge, or current is nothing but Re multiplied by electric charge. So Ip is equal to eta Po E upon Hf. So because eta Po upon Hf is the Re, so Re multiplied by electric charge E is Ip. Ip is eta Po E upon Hf. But Ip upon Po is Re, capital R. Ip upon Po is capital R. So Ip upon Po capital R is eta E upon Hf. So R is eta E upon Hf. So F can be replaced by C by lambda, and we will get R as eta E lambda upon Hc. So these are the two equations of the responsivity. R is equal to eta E upon Hf, and R equal to eta E lambda upon Hc. So lambda is proportional with the R is directly proportional to lambda, and this graph shows lambda increases, the responsivity increases. This is ideally, but practically at certain wavelength responsivity starts increasing, and at particular wavelength suddenly drops to 0. This wavelength is called cutoff wavelength. At that wavelength the energy becomes equal to band gap energy, and longer the wavelength, the energy becomes lesser than band gap energy, so it cannot be detected. Responsivity, which is provide the quantum efficiency as a function of a single wavelength, which critically depends on the photodiode material band gap energy. The wavelength of the incident photon becomes longer, the photon energy eventually becomes lesser. At certain point the responsivity falls to 0. This is called cutoff wavelength. So intrinsic absorption, low in the intrinsic absorption, the process of energy incident photon Hc upon lambda to be greater than or equal to band gap energy, then material band gap energy of the material, then the photon energy Hc upon lambda must be more than or equal to band gap energy. Okay, so this we can write as Hc upon lambda more than Eg, and lambda is less than Hc. So Hc divided by Eg, this rearranged Hc upon lambda is Eg, we can rearrange as lambda less than or equal to Hc upon Eg, and that gives the cutoff wavelength equation. Hc is equal to lambda c is equal to Hc upon Eg. Lambda c is equal to Hc upon Eg. So this is the long wavelength cutoff. Okay. Then this is the PN photodiode. P region, N region, reverse bias along with the load is connected. Reverse bias, then it will generate the depletion region, and it will have the diffusion region also. Absorption region covers some depletion region and some diffusion region. And photon is absorbed in the depletion region, creates a faster current. Photon absorbed in the diffusion current creates a slower current. So we do not require a slower current. So therefore, this is the drawback of the depletion. This is the PN junction, and the depletion region is lesser, shorter, and a diffusion region is also there. So diffusion region is completely removed with the help of increasing the depletion region, and for that we have to convert this diode into the PIN diode. So the same the diode structure N is there, but some region is having the intrinsic characteristic, that is doping is made very less. So this depletion region increases, covering the overall device. So this is called PIN diode. So this is PN diode, which we will have in the study, and we are also having the PIN diode. So just for comparison I have said this just now. So PN diode is reverse bias. PN diode forms the depletion region due to immobile atoms, and mobile carriers are shaped in the majority side in the influence of electric field in the depletion region, and width of the depletion region decremented dependent upon the doping concentration also. So doping concentration can be vary reduced. So photon may be absorbed in the absorption region. It is covering both depletion and diffusion regions. So absorption region's position and width depends on the energy of the incident photon. So as the wavelength is longer, energy becomes lesser and the absorption becomes weaker. In case of weak absorption, the photon absorption region may extend completely throughout the device. So photon may be absorbed in both the depletion and diffusion region, and electron hole pair generated in both depletion and diffusion region. Depletion region carrier pair separate in the drift which of the electric field, and outside region holes diffuse towards the depletion region in order to be collected. What is these phenomena? Where it is? These phenomena are in PN photodiode. Now the question is asked in the MCQ that there is a diffusion in the PIN. So in PIN their diffusion is absent. So in MCQ questions may come like this, twisted or slightly having more difficulty level. So please understand the theory carefully. Now the questions may not be straightforward because it is end sem exam. Okay. So for practice question, they are straightforward. I am giving the quiz questions, they are straightforward. So diffusion region is found in PN diode. There is no diffusion in the PIN diode. All this is available in the question solving practice question. But exam questions may have, so which is correct? The diffusion region is found in PIN diode. It is not correct, isn't it? So diffusion region in PIN diode gives high velocity. Diffusion region PIN diode will use the slow velocity, low velocity. So these statements are wrong because there is no diffusion region in the PIN diode, isn't it? So be careful, attend the lectures, watch the lectures on YouTube, which are improved lectures in the audio case, and the process is done by cutting the unwanted video, etc. So you can watch on the YouTube. So electron hole pair generation is there in the depletion as well as diffusion. Depletion region carrier pair separated by the drift, outside the region diffusion toward the collected diffusion hole collected by in the depletion region in order to be collected. Diffusion process is very slow. So photon absorbed in the depletion region is important because it is the main faster component and which we require, and slower component which do not require. So it is made long as possible by decreasing the doping in the N material. So depletion region is normally 1 to 3 micrometer. This is in PN photodiode. In case of PIN, depletion region is 10 to 50 micrometer. Okay. So 1 to 3 is for PN, 10 to 50 is for PIN, and side illuminated PIN absorption region is 500 micrometer. In case of front illuminated PIN, absorption region is same as depletion region. So these are the things we have to remember. So detection of the light, efficient detection of the light is there. Silicon device spectrum 0.4, 0.7 and germanium 0.7 to 0.9. So this is the characteristics. So initially the current increases because the velocity of the charged particles increases, depletion region also widens, and this voltage reverse bias is increased, the current increases. So at particular voltage, after that the velocities get saturated and no further increase in the current is there. So this is called saturation of the current. So initially the increase in the current is there, observed in increase in the reverse bias voltage, but after certain voltage level the current remains almost same. This is called saturation. This is the characteristics of photodiode input output characteristics, reverse bias voltage versus current. So longer wavelength light travels more deeply. So this is now PIN photodiode. So longer wavelength light that travels more deeply and absorption is weaker. Therefore, the very wider depletion region is necessary. So to achieve that, N-type material is doped so lightly that it can be considered as intrinsic and make a low resistance contact. N plus layer is also added. So this creates PIN photodiode. So this is the PIN photodiode, and depletion region is very wider, covering all the device, complete device and absorption region. So it covers complete absorption region, and that's why it is having diffusion process absent in this. Diffusion process is absent in this device. Only depletion region is there. So device is faster. There are two types. One is front illuminated and second is side illuminated. In front illuminated case, the photon is absorbed from the side of the PIN photodiode, from the front of the PIN photodiode, that is the perpendicular to junction, and in side illumination parallel to junction. So absorption region here is the intrinsic region. Whatever the intrinsic region, that only is the absorption region. So this is in the front illumination. In side illumination, absorption region is this complete perpendicular to the junction, and in depletion region is different, and absorption region is very wider, 500 micrometer. So this is the difference, and structures we have discussed many times. Okay. So two types of the structure: front illuminated and side illuminated. Front illuminated junction light injection perpendicular to junction. Side illumination light injection is parallel to the junction. So front illuminated operate at shorter wavelengths because the absorption region is shorter, and for longer wavelength quantum efficiency drops. So therefore 0.8, 0.9, and depletion region is 20 to 50 micrometer, and typically 85% quantum efficiency, fast response time less than 1 nanosecond, and dark current 1 nanosecond is obtained. Dark current is surface leakage current generation of the recombination of the current in the depletion region is there. So that contributes to dark current. Dark current is current when there is no light. So side illuminated operates higher wavelength, that is 1.09 micrometer, and band gap limit of absorption coefficient is relatively small. So band gap limit absorption coefficient is relatively, at band gap limit the absorption coefficient is relatively small, exhibits a large absorption width. We can provide here large absorption width 500 micrometer because it is parallel to the junction. Photon travel is parallel to junction. So here we can operate for longer wavelength. So we can have the germanium material. Okay, but germanium material having drawback of high dark current. Typically 100 nanoampere at 20 degree and increases to 1 microampere at 40 degree, which is very less for the front illuminated, less than 1 nanoampere dark current. So here it is in the 100 nanoampere but to 1 microampere for depending on temperature. But the quantum efficiency, operating wavelength, all these are better. In case of the instead of the germanium, third, fourth semiconductor alloy can be used. That reduces the dark current also, and we can generate the double heterojunction structure also for this, in this case. So speed of the response depends on the three factors, and these factors are drip time, diffusion time, and time constant. We have seen this. Drip time is the time in the depletion travel to charge carrier to in the depletion region. Diffusion time is if there is a diffusion area, then time to travel the charge particle generated outside depletion region, and this is possible in the PN, not in PIN. PIN is not having diffusion time, and time constant is there is a capacitor at the junction. So junction is having the intrinsic area, which is the dielectric area. P and En are conducting area, and they are capacitor plates. So there is a capacitor time constant. So RC load is a resistor. So RC time constant also introduces the delay. So photodetector response is limited by RC by drift time. An electric field in the depletion region exceeds the saturation, and after the saturation, even though we increase the depletion region field, the velocity will not increase. It will become maximum at saturation. So this is the VD, saturation velocity. And example is given. One example has a field strength above 2.2 into 10 raised to 4 volts per meter, or volts per centimeter. The silicon gives the maximum saturation velocity 10 raised to 7 centimeter per second. Thus transit time depletion region of 10 micrometer, it is 0.1 nanosecond. 0.1 nanosecond is required to travel 10 micrometer depletion width. So drift time is given as T drift is equal to W upon VD. VD is the saturation velocity, W is the width of the depletion region. And in case of diffusion time, diffusion process, the diffusion time is of the carrier is there, and carrier diffusion is comparatively slow process, and diffusion time is d square upon 2dc. D is the distance between the distance in the diffusion case, the diffusion distance, and the dc is the minority carrier diffusion coefficient. So example here given, the silicon diffusion time for the hole is 10 micrometer, same distance which in the previous case is the 40 nanosecond, and for electron it is 8 nanosecond. Holes are traveling slower because they are depending on the electrons to jump to displace the hole. So once the electron jumps at the place of hole, the hole gets displaced to other place. So this is the hole travel. So this depends on the electron, that's why they are slower, and electrons are independent, they are free to conduct, therefore they are faster. So even though 10 micrometer same is there, in this case it is 100 times or 400 times more. Okay, previously it was 0.1 nanosecond, here it is 40 nanosecond and 8 nanosecond. So time constant of the capacitor also contributes the delay. So Cj is equal to epsilon A by W. W is the width of the depletion region. So see, we know this capacitor equation. W is the width of the depletion region. Width can be reduced and width can be increased and capacitor can be decreased. Longer the width of the depletion region, the lesser is the capacitance. Okay. So this is N, this is P, and this is depletion. So this is longer the width, depletion capacitance will be lesser. Okay. So because they are inversely proportional, but the longer width also reduces the response time. So that balance we have to check. So time constant of capacitor of photodiode, the capacitance, there are other capacitances also along with the photo junction capacitance. There are lead capacitance packages, but they are less. So capacitance is minimized by reducing the RC time to limit the detector response time also. The capacitor is minimized, then response time also will improve. So three major factors affect the response time. Out of that, T drift is important because diffusion is not there in all the devices, and the capacitor is also negligible in case whenever the depletion width is sufficiently long. We are already increasing the depletion region in the diodes. So to increase the sensitivity and to decrease the diffusion region, to remove the diffusion region, we are increasing depletion region very wider. So this makes the capacitance negligible. So BM, that is photodiode 3 dB bandwidth, is mainly dependent on T drift, and it is given as BM is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into T drift equal to Vd upon 2 pi W. When there is a no gain mechanism, it is gain 3 dB bandwidth is a gain bandwidth product because gain is 1. So gain into bandwidth product is BM only, and when there is a gain, it will be gain into BM. So we will check today the response time of the rectangular pulse. Response time of the rectangular pulse. So high quantum efficiency, width of the depletion layer must be far greater. If we require high quantum efficiency, width of the depletion layer must be very longer than the reciprocal of material absorption coefficient 1 upon alpha 0. So absorption coefficient is affecting the speed of the response. Okay. Absorption, it is absorption coefficient affecting the absorption, and absorption is weaker, then the speed of response will be, and sensitivity also, both will be affected. So absorption coefficient is considered for deciding the width of the depletion region, and as compared to absorption coefficient, width should be very, very longer. If you compare W and 1 upon alpha, W should be very, very high than 1 upon alpha to have the less effect of absorption coefficient. So consider this is the optical input pulse, rectangular pulse, optical input pulse. What do you mean by this optical input pulse? This means at certain time, suppose this time, the optical input starts. Amplitude of the optical input is this much. Okay. And this amplitude of the optical input is held same for the long time, whatever the time, 1 microsecond, 1 nanosecond, 10 nanosecond, 100 nanosecond, whatever. And then that amplitude of the optical pulse, optical signal is again reduced to lower position. Maybe 0, maybe some lower value. So this is the rectangular pulse in the optical case. In the electrical case, what is done? The voltage is increased by a certain amplitude. Voltage is held constant at that value, and it remains constant for some time, and again voltage is reduced to original level or previous level. That voltage previous level may be 0 or maybe some different other than 0. So voltage increased, amplitude held constant, and voltage decreased. This is rectangular pulse in the voltage case. Similarly, rectangular pulse in the optical case, optical intensity increased, optical intensity held constant, optical intensity reduced. That means torch is made on for some time and torch is made off. So light is having some intensity and it continues for some time and it is disappearing after that. Light disappears after that. So number of photons are falling continuously. Number of photons are increased at some time, and this increased number of photons continues falling, continues incident for some time, and again number of photons reduces to previous condition. So this is the rectangular pulse. So there are number of photons here in each instant in this particular pulse higher, and they are having higher value, high number of photon, large number of photon value as compared to this other region. So this is the rectangular pulse. Now suppose photons, 100 photons are falling here, some 85% quantum efficiency is considered, 85 electrons are generated. Here 100 photons are falling, 85 electrons are generated. Here 100 photons are falling, 85 electrons. When photons are incident on the here 100 photon, the photon may not be absorbed immediately, they travel some distance, till then the next 100 photons are falling, they are traveling, till then the next photons are falling, they are traveling. So when your photon is falling incident on the material, immediately electrons will not be generated. So the response will be something like this. For all the 100 photons, 85 electrons will not be generated immediately, and they are delayed by some small distance, and then they are detected. And these pulses, rectangular pulses, get modified, and the photons which are coming at the end of the pulse may be absorbed afterwards, and then they continue. So this pulse, rectangular pulses, get modified like this. Okay. So let us check the response to the rectangular pulse. Response of photodiode to the rectangular pulse. So this photodiode may be PN photodiode, PIN photodiode, or other APD photodiode, etc. So response of the rectangular pulse to the photodiode. So consider low capacitance photodiode. Low capacitance is there, photodiode having low capacitance. That means the depletion region is wider, so capacitance is very low, negligible. Okay. So depletion region is wider, low capacitance is there. Because the rectangular pulse is having effect on it by the capacitor also. You might have studied the wave shaping circuits somewhere in the electronics, maybe basic, maybe applied, maybe scan or something. What is the wave shaping circuit? Whenever the capacitor and inductor is there in the path of the rectangular pulse, the pulse get modified, either delayed or phase shifted. So low capacitance is there, that effect is not observed first, and have the edges follow input well. If the capacitance of the photodiode is low, then the edges of the input, these edges of the pulse, edge of the pulse will be follow well in the input. And if the capacitor is high, then they will not follow the input well. They will modify, the edges will be get modified. How they get modified, that we'll see. So capacitance modifies the edges, rectangular pulse edges. Capacitance modifies the rectangular pulse edges. Any pulse we can check. Optical pulse in the optical case, or electrical pulse in the electric circuit. Capacitance modifies the edges. Now meeting criteria W very large than 1 upon alpha 0. This criteria, the meeting W more than very large than 1 upon alpha condition. This condition is met showing negligible diffusion outside depletion region. So if this is the condition which is met by the device, W is very large than 1 upon alpha, then there is no diffusion region, and the diffusion outside the depletion, negligible diffusion outside the depletion region. Diffusion is not there, negligible it is, or zero. So diffusion is removed, diffusion process is avoided by this condition, W is very large than 1 upon alpha. So two conditions are there, W is very large than 1 upon alpha 0, and capacitor is small, C is small, and this gives quite good rectangular pulse. So initial slow is due to the absorption delay. So rectangular pulse is modified, and it will introduce slight more delay than the original rectangle. Original may be like this, and it will have slightly delayed. So but it is a rectangular pulse only. So why it is important? Because this distance, pulse duration, is not get modified. It is almost same as the original rectangular pulse. Okay. So this pulse duration tau is not having the higher value. Why it is important? Because we are placing on the time scale, we are placing the rectangular pulses for as a symbol, maybe ones and zeros. Okay, like this, 1 0 1 0. and this time for the pulse is important, because if rectangular pulse increases its time at the output, and then we have to keep the place in between two pulses, keep the time gap in between two pulses, so that two pulses do not mix each other. That puts the limit on the data rate. Symbols per unit time reduced. Symbols per unit time get reduced. So this pulse should not be extended its time duration than the original pulse, and this is happening in this condition. The condition is W is 1 upon alpha 0 and C is small. So this is the figure which is photodiode response to the rectangular optical pulse for various detector parameters. So this is one condition. Okay. Now if you consider the another condition, the capacitor here is large capacitance with load resistance in the receiver circuit has the speed of response limited by RC time constant. So this is the speed of response limited by RC time constant. W is again having the better condition. W is very large than 1 upon alpha 0. This is okay. This is better. But C is large. The C is not okay. This is worst condition. So because of the C, large C, it shapes this wave like this. Slow charging waveform. It converts the rectangular edge into slow charging edge. It converts the rectangular input as slow charging edge and slow discharging edge. Okay. So it converts the rectangular input as slow charging edge and slow discharging edge, because large capacitor will charge and discharge at slower rate. They delay, capacitor and resistor, they delay the signal. So they delay the signal. Charging delays the signal. Therefore rectangular pulse get delayed. So some electrons shifted, again other electrons are shifted towards the next side. So in this way the overall pulse shape also gets changed, and the time which is important, pulse duration which is important, tau, that becomes very large, and that reduces our ability to put the number of pulses per unit time. Capacity of number of pulses per unit time reduces because the pulse duration increases. So pulses fit into 1 unit time, 1 second, will become less. Pulses possible to put into 1 second reduces, and number of pulses in 1 second reduces means number of symbols, number of ones and zeros will reduce in 1 second. Number of ones and zeros in 1 second means number of bits per second, means the speed, data speed. Internet speed is data speed. So data speed reduces, and this is not favorable. So whatever the today's system, communication system is trying to attain is higher and higher data rate. So the high capacitance is there, then that will provide the RC time, and due to that the pulse will be broadened. Okay, pulse duration will increase, and also it modifies the shape of the pulse. The pulse will not remain rectangular. And if there is a diffusion, there is diffusion component also, diffusion tail also there. So this is the diffusion tail. Okay, so diffusion component is also there. So the significant diffusion is there at the depletion layer whenever there is a narrow W that is less than or equal to 1 upon alpha 0. So W should be very large than 1 upon alpha 0 is the condition. But if W itself is less than 1 upon alpha 0, W itself is less than 1 upon alpha 0, then this rectangular pulse input pulse, this is input pulse, will generate the pulse like this. Okay, so this condition is not maintained. W is not very large. W is not very large than 1 upon alpha 0. W is lesser than 1 upon alpha 0 or equal to 1 upon alpha 0. This condition is not fulfilled, and capacitor is very small. Suppose capacitor is small, depletion region is there, that means capacitance is small. Capacitance effect is not taken. Capacitance effect is not taken. As the width is shorter than the 1 upon alpha 0, there is not absorption of the photons immediately. Photons reach the take long time to get absorbed. They have a wider depletion absorption region, and they may have the diffusion also. So carriers are created outside the depletion region, and then long tail is caused of diffusion component. So this is diffusion tail. Long tail is created. This is the diffusion component, and this is the tail which is created. So the slow and fast components are due to the small c. There are slow component and there is fast component. These are due to the capacitor. Capacitor initially shorts, and then as some charge collection is there, it shows the slow component. So this slow as well as fast component is due to the capacitor effect, small capacitor effect. Okay. So initially there is a fast component, then at the rectangular edge completion there is a slow component. Okay, so rectangular pulse will be starting like this at the same time, almost same time, but due to the diffusion region, the charges created here will be coming late. Charges created will be coming late. Charges created here will be coming on the other side, collected on the other side late. Charges collected will be late. Charges collected here will be late. So charges collected here will be late, and further some charges further late. So this creates the diffusion component. This we call as diffusion tail. So diffusion tail is generated. Diffusion tail is generated. Tail means मराठी मध्ये काय आपण शेपटी म्हणतो, isn't it? Safety. So diffusion tail is generated. Okay. Slow and fast components are due to the capacitance, and due to this condition W less than 1 upon alpha 0 or equal to 1 upon alpha 0. So this condition creates the diffusion parameter and diffusion tail, and then the again pulse duration tau is very much large, and that's why it reduces the data rate to very much lower value. So two conditions are there. W is less W must be very large than 1 upon alpha 0, and capacitor should be small. So if W is also very large than 1 upon alpha 0 and capacitor is small, better rectangular pulse is generated. This is the first condition. If W0 is better, that is very large than 1 upon alpha 0, but capacitor is large, in that case the pulse is having the delayed component. So pulse shape is also changed from rectangular to the charging discharging pulse, and the capacitor introduces the delay. That's why the pulse duration increases, and that decreases the data rate for large capacitor. But capacitor is small, but W is less than or equal to 1 upon alpha 0. In that, diffusion component is introduced, and diffusion component introduces the diffusion tail, and that increases the delay. So that reduces the data rate. So both the components are worst. W is less than 1 upon alpha 0 and C is also large. In that case, it will have double effect, and the data rate is very, very poor. Okay, so these are the two conditions which puts the limit on the response of the photodiode, response of the rectangular pulse. Okay, and that is we are checked with this 2-3 pulse figures. So this is the response of the rectangular pulse we have completed. Now we turn to the avalanche photodiode. Avalanche photodiode. In short, it is called as APD. APD. Okay. In short, it is called as APD. Avalanche photodiode. It is in short called APD. So this is the structure of the photodiode. Just check what are the different layers are there. Just check the layers, number of layers, which are the different layers are there. There is a N layer, there is a P plus layer. There is also one P layer, and there is an intrinsic layer. In PIN photodiode, only P layer, N layer and intrinsic layer were there. But here, the intrinsic region is this, whereas the junction is different. In case of PIN, N is on one side, P is on other side, and in between N and P there is a large width of the depletion layer, intrinsic layer. So intrinsic layer is sandwiched between the N and P layer, and intrinsic layer is a part of the junction. Part of the junction. Now where it is the junction? Junction is here. PN. PN junction is separate, and intrinsic area is separate. PN junction and intrinsic area are separated. Okay, this is the constructional difference from PIN and APD. Intrinsic area and PN junction are separated. That means intrinsic area is created in between the P region. Okay, in between the P region. So in between N region also can be created, no problem, but it is created in between P region. So this is the junction. Junction is having the depletion region, its own depletion region, and intrinsic area is also having its own depletion region. So overall depletion region is this much, which covers the complete absorption region. Okay, so this is the absorption region. Absorption region is this. It is covered by the intrinsic region, and there is a separate junction region. Junction depletion region is called gain region. So avalanche photodiode is a gain diode with internal gain. Just check this heading given. It is with internal gain, and previous diode was without internal gain, isn't it? PN and PIN photodiodes, this title, this heading was without internal gain. Let us check. So this is without internal gain, isn't it? Whereas This is with internal gain. It is having internal gain. So this is the constructional details. There is a N region and P region which makes the junction, which provides the gain region. Junction region which is having the electric field. Depletion region which provides the gain region, which is working as a gain region. And there is a intrinsic region which is working as the absorption region, which is covering all the absorption region. There is a reverse bias. N is connected positive, P is connected negative of the battery, and there is a load in the circuit. So this is the biasing of the avalanche photodiode, APD. So this is the avalanche photodiode showing the high electric field, that is the gain region. So gain region is having electric field which is very, very high, and intrinsic region also having the electric field. As compared to gain region, it is lesser, but it is quite high electric field in the intrinsic region also. Intrinsic region also is having high electric field, but gain region is having very, very large electric field. So what is this electric field? Whenever there is application of the biasing, bias voltage is applied to the load N region, to these wires, connecting wires, N region, P region, I region, and P plus region. Voltages get applied to all over. These wires do not drop any voltage because they are very good conductors. Voltage drop is resistance multiplied by current. Current flows through this circuit. Current flows. So current is there in each and every region. So current multiplied by this resistance is the voltage drop. So voltage drop in the wire is negligible. No voltage drop is there because resistance is very, very small of the wire. So wire do not take any voltage. This wire do not take any voltage. Load takes some voltage according to its resistance value, R multiplied by I. This remaining wire also do not take any voltage. So P do not take any voltage because it is very good conductor, P plus. This N region also do not take any voltage. This P region also do not take any voltage because they are good conductors. But the depletion region created in junction, this small depletion region in the junction, across the junction. So depletion region is electrically neutral region. So electrically neutral region is having very high resistance for the charge conductions. So this voltage is taken by very small width depletion region. So width of the depletion region is very, very small, and it takes the voltage, very high component of the voltage here. Voltage drop of the biasing voltage is dropped here. Similarly, there is an intrinsic region, a very wide intrinsic region, that also takes the voltage across it. Okay, so load takes some voltage, the depletion region across the junction takes some voltage, and the intrinsic region also takes some voltage of the biasing voltage. So suppose this biasing voltage is V, then V by 10 or V by 100 is taken by load, very small voltage, because the resistance of the load is very, very less. Resistance of the load is less as compared to depletion region resistance. So resistance of the intrinsic region and depletion region is very high as compared to load. So therefore it takes very less voltage of this bias voltage, and almost all component is taken by these depletion regions. One is intrinsic depletion region, one is reverse bias depletion region. So suppose this voltage is taken half, or if this according to its resistance, this is having some resistance, some conduction, but this is having very high resistance. So it takes larger component. Suppose this is taking 60% of the voltage, 70%, and this is taking 30%, or maybe 50%. But this 50% voltage is distributed for a very long distance. Okay, this is intrinsic width. This voltage, suppose this is 10 volts, so 5 volt is distributed to very long width, and the 5 voltage is distributed to very short width. Okay, so electric field generated in this short width is very high. Because width is high, what is electric field? Is volts per distance, volts per centimeter or volts per meter. Okay, so electric field is volts per distance. So as the voltage applied is to very small distance, it creates a very high electric field, and it creates a moderate electric field because the distance and applied voltage, the distance is longer. So in this way the electric field is generated. So electric voltage is not taken by the wires and N region and P region, and electric voltage is not taken by P plus region, and electric voltage is taken, bias voltage is taken very small by the load. So remaining all voltage appears across the junction depletion region and intrinsic region. Junction depletion region is very short, therefore very high electric field is produced, and intrinsic region is sufficiently wider, so the field produced is lesser as compared to the junction region. So in this way the electric field region is there. So here it is electric field available in the intrinsic, but electric field available in the junction is very high. So this act as a gain region. Okay, so now we understood the details of the structure or constructional details of the APD. Now how the APD works, as the detector is same as that of the previous detectors. When photons falls on the intrinsic region, they generate the electron hole pair, and electron hole pair are immediately shifted. Electrons goes to the positive of the battery, holes goes to the negative of the battery, and very fastly they are collected. Same thing is there. Whenever the photons are absorbed in the intrinsic region, photoelectrons and photoholes are generated, photoelectron hole pair is generated, and they are swept very fast, and they are collected at the positive and negative of the battery. This is same. But while crossing these electrons towards the positive of battery from I region, okay, the electrons which are produced will travel this direction. They cross the junction, and holes which are produced, they travel this direction to the negative of the battery. Okay, so holes travel this, so there is no problem of the holes. But when electron crosses this junction and depletion region, which is having very high electric field, already due to this electric field, electron has acquired very large acceleration, very large velocity, and when this high velocity electron crosses the junction depletion region, the very high electric field is get applied again on that. So it acquires again very high acceleration, very high voltage, and this electron which is acquired very high voltage, velocity and acceleration, that means its kinetic energy is increased to very high level. That means those charged particles are provided very high energy association. So charged particles of negative type are having very high energy association. Then what happens? So this is the figure which carrier pair multiplication in the gain region of the avalanche photodiode. So where is the gain region? Gain region is this, in the junction. This is the gain region. When electron crosses this gain region, what happens? That electron acquires very high energy than required, because electron required to remain free energy equal to conduction energy, EC. But it is very high than EC because of the kinetic energy. because of the high velocity. And this electron collides on the atomic structure, and as it collides on the atomic bonding, covalent bond, it detaches one more electron from the bond. So one electron collides on the covalent bond. This detaches one more electron from the covalent bond and creates one whole electron hole pair and creates one more hole in the covalent bond. So original electron, whatever the whole velocity is there, or whatever the momentum is there, velocity into mass, that momentum is shared with this detached electron. So suppose this is with the velocity v. So now both are traveling with v by 2 velocity. Okay, v by 2. Half momentum. Half of momentum is shared. Just like the marbles. If you are having the marble, goti asti na, goti, sagar goti. If we are having marble and we having stable marble and we are striking with another marble to that. So one marble gives its momentum to other marble. Okay, they share the momentum and then with half of the velocity they travel. So these two marbles again collide with other two marbles. 4 marbles will travel, move. Okay. Similarly, when very high energy, kinetic energy electron collide with the atomic structure, it releases one more electron. The released electron and original electron shares the momentum, energy, half of energy, and they again travel further and they collide 2 more electrons. And they creates again 2 more electrons. So 2 electrons create 4 electrons. And these 4 electrons again collide to the atomic structure and they creates 4 more electrons, total 8 electrons, and the energy goes on sharing. And this energy is so high, kinetic energy is so high that it can release very large, one electron can release very large number of electrons, maybe of the order of thousands or 10,000s, of the order of 10 raised to 4, 10 raised to 3, 10 raised to 4 electrons. So multiplication is there. And colliding the electron on the atomic structure and detaching one electron from that will make that atom into, convert that atom into ion. If the atom is having its own octet completed, okay, atom is having its octet completed and external electrons comes, collides here and these electrons get detached. So atom is having one less electron, so atom becomes positive. So this becoming positive is ionization of the atom. So this collision is ionizing collision. Collision of the electron is ionizing collision. It ionizes the material by detaching the electron and creating the hole. Electron hole pair is created. And one electron can generate thousands and 10,000s of such electron hole pairs. Okay. So this is called impact ionization. This is called impact ionization. This is called impact ionization. I will write here. Impact ionization. So due to impact ionization, there is a large number of electrons generated from single electron. Now, what is the total action? Force of action. There is one photon incident here in the intrinsic region. This photon is suppose HF, which is having energy more than band gap energy. Then this one photon generates one electron. Now this electron crosses the junction, acquires very high kinetic energy, and this one electron crossing the junction creates thousands of electron. So one photon generates one electron, creates thousands of electron by impact ionization, and this 1000 is nothing but gain, internal gain. So this detector is with internal gain. One photon can create thousands of charged particles. So this is the detector with internal gain. Okay, so we have seen the APD construction. There are two regions, depletion region, intrinsic region, and which is covering all the absorption region, and depletion region across the junction. Depletion region across the junction is having very high electric field, and intrinsic region is also having sufficiently high electric field. Intrinsic region creates the charged particles, and when the charged particle electron crosses the junction, it is undergoing impact ionization and creates very large number of charged particles. This is nothing but the gain of the device. So impact ionization provides gain to the device. Avalanche photodiode, APD. So till this we have discussed. Okay, now I think we'll stop here. Hope I am audible till now. Whether I am audible till now, I will upload the this quiz by tomorrow, today only, because a lot of portion we have covered. So today I will upload the quiz questions, maybe 2-3 quiz sets I will upload. So try to solve it. Those are very simple quiz sets, but remember, some twisted questions, some high difficulty level questions may be asked in the examination. Okay, so be prepared. While watching, you can take the short notes on the topic, or afterwards also you can watch and take some notes. So you can note down the points. You understand the theory. It is very simple, and the portion is made minimum for you online session. Okay, so I will stop today, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.